Imagine a vast and unforgiving steppe, where survival depends on strength, cunning, and the will to dominate. In this harsh landscape, a young boy named Temujin is born into a world of tribal warfare and ruthless ambition. Little did anyone know, this boy would grow up to become Genghis Khan, one of history's most feared and revered conquerors, from uniting the fractured Mongol tribes to forging an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the gates of Europe. Genghis Khan's rise to power is a story of relentless ambition, unparalleled military genius, and a legacy that changed the world forever. The following images in this video have been altered and generated using AI technology. They are not exact replicas of historical events or people, but are used to provide a visual representation of what the events may have looked like. These images are intended solely for illustrative purposes, to help bring the story to life. The story of Genghis Khan begins with his birth in 1162, near the sacred mountain of Burkhan Khaldun in present-day Mongolia. Named Temujin after a defeated enemy chieftain, his early life was fraught with hardship. At the age of 9, his father, Yesuge, a tribal leader, was poisoned by a rival clan. This left Temujin, his mother Holun, and his siblings in a perilous situation, abandoned by their own tribe and forced to live in poverty on the harsh Mongolian steppe. Despite these challenges, Temujin demonstrated remarkable leadership and resilience from a young age. He gathered a small but loyal following, and through a series of strategic alliances and brutal confrontations, he began to reclaim his father's legacy. His early experiences shaped his understanding of power and loyalty, lessons that would later define his leadership style. The Mongolian steppe was a fractured land, dominated by numerous warring tribes. Each tribe fought for control of resources, territory, and influence, creating a constant state of conflict. Temujin recognized that in order to achieve lasting power, he needed to unite these tribes under a single banner. Through a combination of diplomacy, marriage alliances, and military conquest, Temujin began to forge a unified Mongol nation. One of his key strategies was to abolish the traditional tribal divisions and instead organize his followers into units based on loyalty and merit rather than kinship. This allowed him to break down old rivalries and create a more cohesive fighting force. His charismatic leadership and innovative military tactics earned him the loyalty of thousands, and by 1206, Temujin had succeeded in uniting the Mongol tribes. It was at this time that he took the title Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. With the Mongol tribes united, Genghis Khan set his sights beyond the steppes of Mongolia. His ambition was not just to rule Mongolia, but to create an empire that would dominate the known world. His first major campaign was against the Xia kingdom in northern China, which he swiftly conquered through a combination of siege warfare and psychological tactics. Following the victory over Xia, Genghis Khan turned his attention to the powerful Jin dynasty in China, which controlled much of northern China. The Mongol army, though smaller in number, was highly mobile and used innovative tactics such as the feigned retreat to outmaneuver and defeat the larger Jin forces. By 1215, the Mongols had captured the Jin capital of Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing, solidifying their control over northern China. Genghis Khan's conquests didn't stop in China. He led his armies westward, invading the Khwarezm Empire in Central Asia. The Mongols were ruthless in their campaign, annihilating entire cities that resisted and using fear as a weapon to subdue others. The fall of the Khwarezm Empire opened the door for further Mongol expansion into Persia, the Caucasus, and eventually Eastern Europe. Genghis Khan's success as a conqueror can be attributed to his brilliant military strategies and the organization of his army. The Mongol army was built on principles of discipline, mobility, and communication. Genghis Khan organized his troops into units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, allowing for flexibility and swift deployment in battle. One of his most effective tactics was the use of psychological warfare. The Mongols would often offer cities the chance to surrender peacefully, but if they refused, Consequences were brutal. This reputation for ruthlessness spread quickly, causing many cities to surrender without a fight. Genghis Khan also employed innovative battlefield tactics, such as the feigned retreat where his forces would pretend to flee, drawing the enemy into a vulnerable position before launching a counterattack. This tactic was used to devastating effect in battles across Asia and Europe. The Mongols were also masters of siege warfare, using captured engineers from China and Persia to build siege engines and explosives that could breach even the most fortified cities. These tactics, combined with the Mongols' unparalleled mobility on horseback, made them nearly unstoppable. Genghis Khan's death in 1227 marked the end of an era, but his empire did not die with him. His descendants continued to expand the Mongol Empire, which at its height was the largest contiguous empire in history. Stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, the empire facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between the East and West, contributing to the development of the Silk Road and laying the groundwork for the modern world. However, Genghis Khan's legacy is complex. While he is remembered as one of history's greatest conquerors, his campaigns were also marked by extreme violence and destruction. Entire cities were razed and millions of people were killed in the Mongol invasions. Yet, Genghis Khan is also credited with promoting meritocracy, religious tolerance, and the rule of law within his empire. The Mongol Empire eventually fragmented into several smaller khanates, but the impact of Genghis Khan's conquests continued to shape the course of history for centuries. His legacy is still felt today, particularly in Mongolia, where he is revered as a national hero. The story of Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire is one of the most fascinating and dramatic tales in history. From a boy who was abandoned on the steppe to the ruler of the largest empire the world has ever seen, Genghis Khan's life is a testament to the power of ambition, strategy, and relentless determination. If you enjoyed this journey through the rise of the Mongol Empire, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history's most intriguing story. Until next time, keep exploring the past, and remember that history is not just about what happened, but about how it continues to shape our world today.